this one is some production coordinator who was talking so much about how they're trying to make these queer stories and all of that. And I will say this. Yeah, you've seen him on, I think we covered his video not too long ago, but you've seen this guy. Oh, I don't know if it's a guy or if he's talking, if it's a they, them, whatever it is. Don't want to misgender. But no, it's a guy. It's a dude. Okay. So this dude, give him credit, which ain't really credit. It's just acknowledging the reality. The people that work for Disney understand how much influence and power that it is they have. And they know that regardless, the power of media is something that cannot be denied. It can't be denied. A lot of people have tried to do it, particularly conservatives, because, hey, it's just mindless entertainment. Who cares? They're stupid. I got the best ideas on my side. Who cares? What, blah, blah, blah. I care about other stuff. Whereas to the left said, we'll infiltrate every single cultural aspect and we'll have influence even though we have the worst goddamn ideas that we could possibly have. See, that's the difference. So I want you to understand how these guys operate, but not just that, how they acknowledge what I've been trying to convince you guys for fucking last decade of. But they're acknowledging what power it is that they hold and why it's so important for them to have the approach it is that they have. Listen to it. This is just a short clip, but I want you to listen to what this guy has to say.
And all this content's going to kids who don't know any of this. And even if they're in a household like Keith that have supportive parents, they're still getting all of this information from media of what is normal. And there's a lot of power to that, and it just needs to be acknowledged.
Essentially what he is saying, he wanted to go further, but he stopped himself. You hear this term new normal. You heard it always associated with like the science and all of that. But what he is saying, and he had to stop himself because he was about to go in detail. He's like, that should be acknowledged. He is saying that their semblance or their sense of what they consider as normal. He specifically said regarding the kids. Now, that sounds like a lot like grooming, but let's not use these terms that people find egregious right now. We don't have to. He is saying that the power of the media, that it is a real thing. And these kids, he specifically named the kids, regardless of what their parents are or who they are going to be getting this information from us. Or from the media. Or from like media as in like not news media, but of what they think of as normal. So what they're trying to do is normalize. The whole subject matter is all this queer shit or whatever they call it. They're trying to normalize that using their media and the power it is that they have to influence children. That's essentially what all this statement is. Now, again, yeah, some people will call that grooming. Whatever you call it. And that's really, to be honest, it's neither here nor there. Because you can make an argument that that's being done in some way, shape, or form. So at that point, it's like, what do you want the influence to be? From these fucking wackos or somebody that, I don't know, instead of trying to use children to validate adults and their sexuality and all that other shit, you just, I don't know, try to preserve the innocence of the child until they're old enough to make decisions for themselves. Right? Now, I say that I think we lose sight of how many properties Disney controls. Yes, they're targeting children, but it ain't just fucking children. It's families, it's adults, it's teenagers, it's all the way up and down. They're trying to just simply influence, right? Or rather, they know that they can and they have the capacity to do it. And the people that work for them understand that that's the case. So when I say act accordingly, and the reason why I love that it was some, I guess, insiders that worked for Disney that were able to send these videos to people that have had these links. This was on I think it was a meeting for basically everybody that was with Disney. When you see something like this and they tell on themselves, You can't ignore that. You can't say, well, no, like if you've watched the several videos that we've had, they're all essentially co-signing the same shit. That is that they want to expand further on their own individual agenda, and a lot of that has to do with pertaining to sexuality. It just does. Not my opinion. That's just what they say. So what's the answer here? The answer, in addition to just completely defunding these idiots, is competing. Disney controls a lot, man, and I don't say that as something to run away from. I say that's something to run to. You stop seeing them as legitimate. You stop seeing them as Disney, like, oh, they have to be Disney. That's all the way around, always around. It'll always be around. We have to kind of treat it with dignity and respect. And fuck this company. And don't allow them, which they will do, jangle a key in front of you and you think, oh, well, this one's good, I'm going to fund that, and then you fund future projects. Just let them die. I will continue to reiterate. That's the number one lesson that we've learned from this. Let this piece of shit company, who has told on themselves numerous times, let them fucking die.
You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.